I never thought my life would turn into a twisted soap opera, but here we are. I'm 32 years old, a guy who thought he had a pretty normal life, until it spiraled into something straight out of a dramatic TV show. I've been married to my wife, who I'll call Sarah, age 30, for 6 years. We met in college, dated for 3 years, and tied the knot right after graduation. Sarah's always been the outgoing type, loves parties, thrives at social events, and is often the center of attention. Me? I'm more laid back. I work in software engineering, have a good, stable job, and we've built a comfortable life together. We own a house, don't have kids yet, but we've been talking about starting a family. Or at least, I thought we were. My family's always been tight-knit, or so I believed. I have an older brother, Mike, who's 35. He's the golden child in every sense, star athlete in high school, successful in business now, married to his high school sweetheart, and father to 2 kids. My parents absolutely adore him. I'm the quieter one, but I always thought we were all on good terms. Family reunions, holidays, we do them big, with all the traditions. But about 6 months ago, things started feeling off with Sarah. She was on her phone more, giggling at texts, claiming it was just work stuff. She'd come home late from supposed girls' nights, smelling like cologne that definitely wasn't mine. I tried to brush it off. Trust is important, right? But then I found a receipt in her purse for a hotel room in the city, dated for a weekend she claimed she was visiting her sister out of town. Her sister lives 2 hours away, not in some fancy downtown hotel. That night, I confronted her. We were in the kitchen, I just made dinner, trying to keep things casual. Hey, babe, what's this receipt? You didn't mention staying at a hotel when you visited Jess. She froze, fork halfway to her mouth. What? Oh, that. Jess and I decided to splurge, make it a mini vacation. Why are you going through my stuff? She snapped. I clarified, I'm not. It fell out when I was grabbing your keys. Sarah, come on. That hotel's expensive, and Jess isn't exactly rolling in cash. What's really going on? She put her fork down, tears welling up, a classic deflection. You're accusing me of something? After everything? I can't believe you'd think that. But I pressed harder. Just tell me the truth. Are you seeing someone? That's when she broke down, sobbing. It's not what you think. It was a mistake. Just once. I wasn't buying it. Once? This receipt is from 2 months ago. Who is it? She wouldn't say at first, just kept crying and apologizing. I was pacing, my heart pounding, feeling like the ground was slipping out from under me. Finally, she whispered, it's Mike. Mike. My brother. My own damn brother. I laughed at first because it had to be a sick joke. What? No. Sarah, that's not funny. But she wasn't laughing. It started last year. At the family barbecue, we were drunk, and it just happened. We've been trying to stop, but I love you, but with Mike, it's different. Passionate. Passionate? With my brother? The same guy who used to give me wedgies and steal my toys as a kid? I felt sick to my stomach. I grabbed my keys and left, driving around for hours. I ended up crashing at a motel that night, ignoring her barrage of calls. The next day, I called Mike. He answered like nothing was wrong. Hey, bro, what's up? I didn't waste time. You've been sleeping with my wife. For a year. There was a long silence, then, shit. She told you? Look, man, it wasn't planned. Sarah's amazing, and you. You've been distant. A workaholic. She needed someone. Needed someone? You're my brother. How could you do this? I shouted. He just said, I'm sorry, okay? But feelings happened. Maybe it's for the best. You two weren't happy. I hung up, absolutely raging. Next, I called my parents. I needed support. Mom answered, and I spilled everything. Mike's been cheating with Sarah. I don't know what to do, she sighed. Oh, honey. We know. I was stunned. You know? What do you mean you know? She explained, well, Mike told us a few months ago. He was torn up about it. Said Sarah makes him feel alive, like he hasn't in years with his wife. We told him to end it, but love is complicated. Love? They knew and didn't tell me? Dad got on the phone. Son, don't overreact. Families have ups and downs. Mike's going through a rough patch. His marriage isn't great. Sarah's good for him. Good for him? What about me? Your other son? I asked, incredulous. Dad's response? You're strong. You'll bounce back. Maybe counseling. Don't throw away your marriage over this. I was floored. They were defending him, acting like I was the problem. I hung up, blocked everyone for a while. Sarah kept texting apologies, begging to talk. Mike sent one message, "Bro, let's meet up. Explain." I ignored them all. I spent the next week crashing at a friend's place, quietly talking to a lawyer. Divorce seemed inevitable. But then, the annual family reunion at my parents' lake house was coming up. Everyone would be there, aunts, uncles, cousins. Sarah texted she'd be there to support the family. Mike too, obviously. I decided to go. Not to play nice, but to expose them. I wanted everyone to know exactly what kind of people they are. The reunion was last weekend. Picture this, a big backyard, the grill going, kids running around. I showed up late. Sarah spotted me and rushed over. "Baby, thank God. Can we talk privately?" I nodded, but I had other plans. When everyone was gathered for dinner, I stood up and clinked my glass. "Hey, family. Got an announcement." All eyes turned to me. Sarah looked nervous. Mike, across the table, avoided my gaze. My parents frowned. "I just want to toast to my wonderful wife Sarah and my brother Mike. Because, as it turns out, they've been sleeping together behind my back for a year. Cheers to family loyalty." Gasps echoed around the table. Aunt Linda dropped her fork. Cousin Joe let out a low whistle. Sarah burst into tears. "That's not how it is. It was a mistake," she cried. Mike stood up. "Dude, not here. This is low." I shot back, "Low? You screwed my wife." My parents jumped in. Mom snapped, "Enough. Sit down. This is not the time." Dad added, "We've talked about this. You need to forgive and move on. For the family." That's when things escalated. I yelled, "Forgive? You knew and hid it. What kind of parents are you?" Uncle Bob chimed in, "Whoa, they knew?" Dad snapped back, "Yes, we knew. Because Mike came to us in confidence. He's our son too. And frankly, you've always been jealous of him. This is your way of lashing out." "Jealous? Me?" The room erupted. Some relatives sided with me, others with my parents, preaching family first. Sarah was wailing, and Mike was comforting her, right in front of everyone. His wife, Lisa, was there too, looking shell-shocked. She hadn't known. Lisa stood up, slapped Mike hard across the face, grabbed their kids, and stormed out. Chaos unfolded. I stormed out too, drove home. Since then, I've been getting texts from relatives, some supportive, others calling me an asshole for ruining the reunion. My parents left voicemails, "You've embarrassed us. Apologize to Mike and Sarah." Sarah showed up at the house that night, begging, "Please, let's work through this. I love you." Mike was just a fling. I scoffed. "A year-long fling? With my brother?" She said, "It just happened. Your family's so close, it felt natural." Natural? I told her to leave and change the locks the next day. Now, I'm filing for divorce. My lawyer says it's straightforward, no kids, assets to split. But my family's blowing up my phone, saying I'm destroying everything. Mike even called, "You happy now? Lisa's leaving me. This is on you." On me? The nerve. Am I the asshole for exposing them at the reunion? Should I have kept it private? I feel betrayed on every level, by my wife, my brother, my parents. How do you even come back from something like this? Update 1. Holy crap, things just got way worse. It's been 2 days since the reunion blow-up, and I thought that was the peak of the drama, but I was wrong. Sarah showed up at my workplace yesterday, causing a full-on scene in the lobby. I work at a tech firm, a professional environment, and there she was, mascara running, yelling, "You can't just throw us away. We have a life together." Security had to escort her out. My boss pulled me aside, asked if everything was okay. I gave him the short version, assured him I'd handle it. But then I got home, and there was a note on my door from my parents, "We need to talk. Family meeting tonight at our house. Be there." I ignored it, but an hour later, Mike showed up at my place, banging on the door. "Open up, bro. We gotta fix this." I cracked the door open. "Fix what?" "You ruined my marriage." He pushed his way in anyway. What a jerk move. "Look, Sarah's a mess. She wants you back. Lisa kicked me out, I'm crashing at mom and dad's. This is all spiraling because of you." I couldn't believe it. "Because of me? You cheated." He shot back, "Yeah, but you didn't have to air it out like that. Now the whole family's divided. Aunt Linda's not talking to mom, Uncle Bob thinks you're a hero. It's a total mess," I said, Good. Maybe they see you for what you are. He got in my face. You always hated that I was the favorite. This is revenge, I snapped. Favorite? Mom and Dad knew and covered for you. He smirked. They love me more. Always have. Deal with it. I shoved him out and locked the door, then called my lawyer to speed up the divorce papers. But last night, I got an email from an anonymous address with the subject line, "The truth about your family." Inside were scanned documents, old letters, photos, even a DNA test. The message read, "Your parents have been lying to you your whole life. Mike isn't your full brother. And there's more." What the hell? The DNA test shows Mike and I share only one parent. It looks like Dad isn't his biological father. There's a letter from Mom to some guy named Greg, dated around Mike's birth, talking about our secret and how she's passing the baby off as her husband's. Is this real? Who sent it? Lisa, maybe? Or someone else? I confronted my parents over the phone this morning. Mom denied it at first, then started crying. How did you find out? It was a mistake from years ago. Dad was furious. This doesn't change anything. Mike's still our son. I shot back, your son? Not mine, apparently. They begged me not to tell Mike, saying it would destroy him. But if this is true, everything makes sense, why they favor him, why they covered for his affair. Sarah called right after, oblivious. Your mom said you're being difficult. Please, let's try therapy. I hung up. Now I'm sitting here, staring at these documents, wondering if I should drop this bomb on Mike, or the whole family. What do I do? This betrayal runs deeper than I ever imagined. Am I the asshole for considering exposing this too? Update 2. Okay, buckle up because this just hit nuclear levels. After that anonymous email, I couldn't sleep. I spent the night digging through the documents. There were more attached files I hadn't noticed. Old emails from Mom to this Greg guy, photos of them looking way too cozy, and a paternity test confirmation from 35 years ago. It all points to Mike being Greg's kid, not Dad's. Mom had an affair back then, got pregnant, and Dad either didn't know or chose to raise Mike as his own. But why send this to me now? I reached out to Lisa, Mike's wife, or ex-wife, since they're separating. I texted her, "Hey, did you send me some docs about my family?" She called back immediately. "What docs? Wait, is this about Mike not being your dad's?" I asked, "How do you know that?" She sighed. "Mike told me years ago, he found out in college, confronted your parents. They begged him to keep it secret, said it would ruin the family image. Mike used it as leverage ever since. Why do you think your parents always bail him out? He's not even blood to your dad, but they treat him like gold to keep the peace." Holy crap. So Mike knew? And used it? I asked, "Why tell me now?" She replied, "I didn't send anything. But after the reunion, I was pissed. Maybe I mentioned it to a cousin or something." Wait, Sarah knew too. I was stunned. Sarah? Lisa confirmed, "Yeah, Mike told her during their thing. Pillow talk, I guess." She laughed about it, said it made sense why your parents favored him. My wife knew my family's secret and didn't tell me, while sleeping with my half-brother? I was livid. I drove straight to my parents' house. They were there, with Mike. Sarah too, apparently, she'd been comforting him. I walked in on them all sitting in the living room, like some kind of intervention. "You all knew. Mike's not Dad's. And you let me live a lie," Mom gasped. Dad looked defeated. Mike jumped up. "How the hell?" I cut him off. Anonymous email. But Lisa spilled the rest. "You knew, blackmailed them for favoritism. And Sarah? You told her?" Sarah looked guilty. "It wasn't my place to say," I snapped. "Your place? You're my wife." Mike sneered. "So what if I'm not full blood? Dad raised me. You're just jealous, always have been." Dad finally spoke. "I found out when Mike was 10. Your mom confessed. I stayed for you kids. But Mike, he's my son, blood or not." I asked, "Then why favor him? Why cover for his affair with my wife?" Mom answered, "Because if this gets out, the family falls apart. Aunts, uncles, they're conservative. Scandal." Sarah chimed in, "Please, let's just move past this. I made a mistake with Mike, but I choose you." I shot back, "Choose me? You knew he was manipulating everyone and still slept with him." The argument exploded. Mike lunged at me, we scuffled until Dad pulled us apart. Sarah was crying again. I left, saying, "I'm done with all of you." When I got home, there was a voicemail from an unknown number. "This is Greg. Your mother's old friend. I think we need to talk." Mike's been contacting me, and there's more you should know. Greg? The bio dad? What does he want? Now I'm paranoid. Is this revenge from Mike? Or something bigger? I haven't called back yet. My lawyer says to hold off on the divorce until I sort this out. It might affect assets if family money's involved. Am I the asshole for wanting to burn it all down? This secret has poisoned everything. Update 3. You guys were right, I should have lawyered up harder and stayed away, but curiosity got the better of me. I met with Greg today. He's an older guy, lives a couple of hours away, and runs a small business. We met at a coffee shop on neutral ground. He looked nervous, kept glancing around. First off, I'm sorry for the mess, he started. Your mom and it was a fling. She was unhappy, I was young and stupid. When she got pregnant, she chose to stay with your dad. I backed off, but I've kept tabs. I asked, kept tabs? You sent the email? He nodded. Mike reached out to me last week, after the reunion. Said the family's imploding, begged for money to start over with Sarah. Told me everything, the affair, the exposure. I figured you deserved the truth. I was floored. He said that? They're planning to leave together? Greg sighed. Yeah. Said his marriage is done, yours too. Sarah's on board. Your parents are trying to stop it, but Mike's threatening to go public with the paternity if they don't help. Blackmail again. Classic Mike. I pressed, why tell me? What's your angle? He replied, no angle. I feel guilty. Never had a relationship with Mike, but seeing him manipulate everyone. It's my fault, in a way. Here's proof. He handed me a USB drive. Recordings of calls with Mike, emails. Use it if you need to. I left, my head spinning. When I got home, I plugged in the drive. Audio files, Mike's voice, pleading with Greg. Greg, I need $50K. Sarah and I are in love. Her husband's a loser, always has been. Help us out, or I'll tell everyone you're my real father. Another file had Mike and Sarah on speaker. Her voice, Mike's right. My husband's boring. With you, it's exciting. Once we're free, we can start fresh. My wife, plotting to leave with my brother, calling me boring. I was done. I called my lawyer and forwarded everything. Add infidelity proof, emotional distress. I want everything, the house, savings, alimony if possible. Then, I texted the family group chat, which had been blowing up with pleas for reconciliation. Family meeting at parents tonight. 7 p.m. Big news. They all showed up, parents, Mike, Sarah. Even Lisa was there, arms crossed, probably for the show. I walked in, calm. Thanks for coming. I've got something to share. I played the audio, Mike begging Greg for money to run off with Sarah, her voice trashing me. Silence. Then chaos. Sarah cried, that's edited. I didn't mean it, Mike shouted, how did you get that? You hacked me? I replied, no. Greg gave it to me. Your bio dad, who you tried to extort. My parents looked horrified. Mom turned to Mike, you contacted him? After we told you never to? Dad added, and running off with Sarah? After all this? Lisa smirked. Told you he was scum. Sarah turned to me. Please, it was just talk. I love you. I shot back, love? You chose him. Over and over. Mike lunged again, but Dad held him back. Enough. This family's done, Dad said. I left them arguing. It felt good, like revenge. But as I got home, police were waiting. Sir, you're under arrest for assault. What? Mike claimed I attacked him during our earlier scuffle, and he has witnesses Sarah and my parents? This is absolute nonsense. I'm at the station now, typing this on my phone before they take it. My lawyer's on the way, but what the hell? Did they set me up? Cliffhanger, right? If I get out, I'll update. Pray for me, this betrayal just keeps going deeper. Update 4. I can't believe I'm typing this from a holding cell, but here we are. Update on the nightmare, yes, the arrest was real. Police showed up at my house right after I left that family meeting where I played the audio bombshell. They said Mike filed a report claiming I assaulted him during our earlier confrontation at my place, the one where he pushed his way in, and I shoved him out. Apparently, Sarah, Mom, and Dad all gave statements backing him up, saying I went crazy and attacked him unprovoked. Complete lies, of course, but with 3 witnesses, they had enough to haul me in. Sitting in the back of the squad car, my mind was racing. This has to be retaliation for exposing their plans. Mike's desperate, his marriage is crumbling, Sarah's waffling, and now Greg's involvement has him cornered. Framing me for assault? That's low, even for him. But if I'm locked up, maybe they think they can swoop in on the divorce, the house, everything. My lawyer, bless him, showed up within the hour. He's a shark. I picked him because he specializes in messy family disputes. We talked in the interrogation room. This is flimsy, he said. No physical evidence? Just statements from biased parties? I'll get you out on bail by morning. But we need to counter this hard. Bail was set low, thankfully, no priors, stable job. I posted it myself and was out by dawn. First thing I did was check my security cams. Remember, I changed the locks after kicking Sarah out? I also installed a Ring doorbell and indoor cams because, well, paranoia after all this. Jackpot, the footage from when Mike showed up clearly shows him forcing his way in, me telling him to leave, him getting in my face, and me shoving him out in self-defense. No wild attack, just me protecting my space. I forwarded it all to my lawyer. File a counterclaim, I told him. False police report, defamation, whatever sticks. He grinned. Oh, this is gold. We can turn this around. But while I was dealing with that, more drama unfolded. Lisa texted me, "Hey, I heard about the arrest. Mike's been bragging to mutual friends that you're unhinged and he's protecting Sarah from you. Also, Sarah's staying at your parents' now. They're all huddled up. Protecting Sarah? From me? I've never laid a hand on her." This was gaslighting on steroids. I called Greg next, figured he might have more insight. He answered right away. "Kid, you okay? I saw the police blotter online, small town, news travels." I asked, "You monitor that?" He replied, "Like I said, I've kept tabs. Mike called me again last night, freaking out. Said you assaulted him and now he needs money more than ever to get away with Sarah. He's unhinged." "Did you record it?" I asked. "Of course. Sending it now," he said. Another audio file, Mike's voice, frantic. "Greg, man, things are bad. My brother's lost it, attacked me. I need that cash now. Sarah's scared, says he'll come after her. We're in love, help us start over." Sarah in the background, "Yeah, he's dangerous. After what he did at the meeting. I don't feel safe." Lies. All lies. But this was proof of conspiracy. My lawyer was ecstatic. This ties into the infidelity, the extortion. We can argue they're colluding to discredit you for financial gain. I decided it was time to go nuclear. No more family meetings. I contacted the extended family via a group email, attaching the security footage, the audio from Greg, and a summary of the paternity secret, without naming Greg directly, to respect his privacy. I titled it, "The Truth About What Happened, and Why I Was Arrested." The response was immediate. Aunt Linda called first. "Oh my God, honey, I can't believe they did this. Your parents. I always suspected something off with Mike, but framing you? We're behind you 100%. Uncle Bob said, "This is disgusting. I've got connections at the DA's office, want me to make a call?" Cousin Joe added, "Dude, Mike's a sociopath. Share this everywhere if you need to." But not everyone was on board. Some cousins sided with my parents, saying I was airing dirty laundry and destroying the family. Whatever. The supportive ones mattered more. Sarah tried calling, I blocked her. Mike sent a text, "You think footage changes anything? We have witnesses. Enjoy jail." Idiot. He didn't know about the new audio. The next day, my lawyer filed motions, drop the assault charges, countersue for false reporting, and accelerate the divorce with proof of adultery and conspiracy. He also suggested a restraining order against Mike, Sarah, and my parents. That's when the apologies started rolling in. Mom left a voicemail, sobbing, "Sweetie, we didn't mean for it to go this far. Mike convinced us you attacked him. We were scared. Please, call me. We can fix this." Dad said, "Son, this has gone too far. Let's sit down without lawyers." "Mike's sorry." Mike himself texted, "Bro, truce? I dropped the charges. Let's talk." Drop the charges? I checked with my lawyer. Sure enough, Mike had withdrawn the complaint that morning. Probably realized the footage would bury him. But I wasn't done. I met with Lisa for coffee. She's been a surprising ally. "I want to help," she said. "Mike's been hiding assets, trying to screw me in our divorce. He transferred money to your parents' account last month, said it was for family emergencies. But I think it's to fund his escape with Sarah." I asked, "Proof?" She showed me bank statements. I have access to our joint account still. And Sarah's been texting me apologies, saying Mike manipulated her. Sarah apologizing to Lisa? Bold. Thanks, I said. This helps. Armed with that, my lawyer amended the filings. Now we're going after potential fraud in asset division. Sarah showed up at my door that evening, alone, no drama this time. I didn't let her in, talked through the chain. What do you want? Cheers again. I messed up. Mike's toxic, he pushed me into everything. The affair, the lies, even backing his assault story. I was scared. But I love you. Give me another chance, I said, scared? You called me boring in that audio. Planned to run off with him. She pleaded, that was him talking. I was confused. Therapy? We can rebuild, I laughed. Rebuild? You're named in my countersuit. Goodbye, Sarah. She left, but not before saying, your parents are cutting Mike off. They know about Greg now, fully. It's over. Good. Let them deal with the fallout. Update 5. Things are escalating in ways I didn't expect, but it feels like the tide's finally turning. After Sarah's doorstep plea, I ignored all contact and focused on the legal side. My lawyer got the assault charges officially dropped, the DA reviewed the footage and called it clear self-defense. Mike's facing potential charges for filing a false report, which could lead to fines or even jail time if they pursue it. Sarah and my parents might get slapped with accessory charges, but my lawyer says it's unlikely unless I push hard. I'm tempted, but part of me just wants this over. Greg called again. Mike's been harassing me, calls, texts, even showed up at my office demanding money. I recorded it all, filed a report. Thought you'd want to know. I asked, why is he so desperate? Greg replied, from what he said, your parents cut him off financially. No more bailing him out. And Sarah's backing away, told him it's done. Confirmation came from Lisa. Sarah called me crying. Said Mike's broke, living in a motel now. Begged me not to tell you, but screw that. She's trying to worm her way back to you. Not happening. But the real twist? I got a letter from my dad, handwritten, delivered by mail. Son, I need to come clean. When your mom confessed the affair years ago, I was devastated. But I stayed for you. Mike. I knew he wasn't mine, but I raised him. Over time, he found out and started using it against us. Demanded favoritism, money, covered his mistakes. We enabled it to keep the peace. The affair with Sarah? We knew, tried to stop it, but he threatened to expose everything. We're sorry. We failed you. If you can forgive us, we'd like to make it right. Therapy? Anything. It hit hard. Part of me felt for Dad, trapped in this web. Mom too, maybe. But the betrayal still stung. They chose Mike over me, repeatedly. I didn't respond right away. Instead, I dug deeper into the family finances with my lawyer. Turns out, there's a trust fund from my grandparents, meant for both me and Mike. But my parents have been dipping into it for Mike's business ventures, which are all failures. My share's intact, but his is depleted. My lawyer says I can sue to recover if needed, especially since the paternity might affect inheritance claims. Mike, desperate, tried one last stunt. He posted on social media, our extended family's Facebook group, a long rant, my brother's tearing the family apart over jealousy. He assaulted me, faked evidence, and now he's spreading lies about my parentage. Sarah and I were wrong, but he's the real villain. Big mistake. I responded with links to the footage and audio, anonymized for privacy. The group exploded, relatives calling him out, unfriending him. Aunt Linda wrote, "You're done, Mike. No more invites to anything." He deleted the post, but the damage was done. Sarah filed for reconciliation counseling, a Hail Mary to delay the divorce. My lawyer shut it down, no grounds, given the evidence. Then, a redemption arc? Dad showed up at my work, not dramatically, just waited in the parking lot. Can we talk? 5 minutes, I agreed, and we sat in his car. I'm leaving your mother, he said. The lies, the cover-ups, it's too much. I enabled it all. But I want to make amends with you. Help with the divorce, whatever you need. And Mike? I'm done. No more support. I asked, leaving Mom? Seriously? He nodded, tears in his eyes. She chose to protect her secret over our family. I can't anymore. We talked for an hour, real talk, for the first time. About growing up, the favoritism, how it hurt. He apologized profusely. You were always the steady one. I took you for granted. It wasn't forgiveness yet, but a start. I told him about the trust fund. Fix that, and maybe we can rebuild, he agreed. I'll have the lawyers sort it. Your share, Plus what was misused, it's yours. As for mom? She texted, your father's leaving because of you. How could you? Blaming me. Typical. I blocked her. Final update. Alright, this is it, the end of the saga, or at least as resolved as it's going to get. It's been a month since the last update, and the loose ends are tied up. First, the divorce, finalized last week. Sarah got nothing, no alimony, assets split fairly, but with the infidelity proof and conspiracy evidence, the judge sided heavily with me. I kept the house and most of the savings. She tried one last tearful courtroom plea, I was manipulated by Mike. But the audio sealed it. She's living with a friend now, job hunting. Last I heard, she's in therapy, good for her, I guess. No contact from me. Mike? His world crumbled. Charges for false reporting stuck, community service and a fine. Lisa divorced him, got full custody of the kids and half his assets, what was left of them. He's couch surfing, jobless after his business tanked. Tried reaching out to Greg one more time, got a restraining order instead. Dad cut him off completely, and the family shuns him. I heard through the grapevine he's in AA, trying to turn it around. Whatever. Not my problem. My parents, Dad followed through, divorced mom, moved into a condo near me. We're in therapy together, rebuilding. He's made good on the trust fund, transferred my full share plus reparations for what was given to Mike. It's a decent chunk, enough to pay off the house and start fresh. Mom? She's alone, still bitter. Sent a letter blaming everyone but herself. I didn't respond. Maybe someday, but not now. Greg, we grabbed lunch a couple of times. Nice guy, regrets the past. Offered to be a resource if I need, no pressure. Turns out, he's got his own family, Mike's half-siblings who want nothing to do with the drama. Lisa and I? We've become friends, bonded over the betrayal. She's dating someone new, happy. The kids are thriving without Mike's chaos. Me? I'm good. Therapy's helping me process the anger. I'm dating casually, nothing serious yet. Work promoted me, and friends rallied around. The family reunion next year? I'll host a smaller one with the support of relatives. No toxic nonsense. Was I the asshole? Hell no. Exposing the truth saved me from a lifetime of lies. Betrayal sucked, but revenge? Sweet. Redemption with Dad feels even better. Thanks for the advice, it kept me sane. If there's a part 2 to life, it's looking up.